You got what I need.
Oh God, you hear it again?
We're shit. He's waking up.
Corner demon coming alive. Crawling up the walls. Better open your eyes. Empty your wallet. Open your ears. I got 2 big bills and a bucket of tears.
I have a successful business. I'm happy doing what I do. Next month when I get paid, it's gonna be like way low compared to what I get paid from YouTube. I am nervous. I'm too stressed out. I'm already at my wit's end. I got a million things I'm juggling to try to make happen. There's just too much going on right now in my life.
It's not my fault. I did nothing wrong. Watch me explode. I'm getting up for bomb. Try to ruin my business, but I am a success. I got a finance degree and a pile of vests. Did you see that thing that was up in the corner here?
We're shit. He's waking up.
Corner demon coming alive. Crawling up the walls. Better open your eyes. Empty your wallet. Open your ears. I got 2 big bills and a bucket of tears. I am Satan Burnell. I'm changing my name to Lucifer Satan Burnell from now on.
Is it the end of days? Is it the end of the world? Is it the second coming of the son of Satan?
Satan has come for me.
I
am Satan. Hail Satan. Coming for you, Sister Catherine.
Heal thyself, hail Satan, loving tonight.
Satan is evil.
Worship, one side looking for God, one side looking for Satan, flashing.
Yes.
Your dad is Satan.
Satan.
Kill him. Kill the demon. Rip its head off. Shove it up its ass.
In the corner.
Satan lives in her pussy.
Here it is, demon child on the floor. Burn in hell, Burnell. And now I'm gonna burn in hell for the rest of eternity. Wow, that's really chill vibes. Nice, soothing tone. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready as the soothing sounds of ESP Gaming come to you live. Renton, Washington. Here today on YouTube. So, here we go. People have seen that when I'm playing Street Fighter 6, the ranked matches, it's people trying to play their absolute best. Basically, it's a lot of stress. It starts to fall apart. I start freaking out. I don't know why I got hit. I don't know why that's hitting me. The blood pressure pumping up could do a simple move. Body's hot, the adrenaline, I didn't know what to do. My agitation makes me want to keep going, right? And that's gonna spell disaster. It starts to fall apart. So here's a comment left directly on last night's video of M. Bison gameplay as I continued to, grind. I was doing good, but there's issues that arise when I'm playing, right? I think this might actually lead to a direct change to when I play Street Fighter that actually is going to be for the best, both for me and for the viewers. So this is what I mean about getting truly constructive feedback, is that it really can help and change things for the better. So here we go, ready? To take a breather, to blink like this, to be natural, to be human, instead of being a robot mashing through a bunch of matches back to back. Honestly, let's get the blood pressure down, get the adrenaline down, recuperate, blink, right? Hydrate in the eyes, hydrate in the mouth, hydrate everything, and then come back. You should take breaks every 2 matches or so.
You better take a sip, you fucking sleazy asshole.
Hey, bud. When you're mad, remember, chill. Hey, bud. When you're mad, remember, chill.
I don't know if when I'm playing fighting games, if I'm blinking or not, because I'm focusing on the fighting game. The game has this really vivid color scheme, explosions and everything. When that's happening, I gotta take a break. I was saying my eyes, my eyes, my eyes, my eyes. It starts to fall apart. The logic betrays you. My eyes start to bug out a bit. My eyes start to burn. My eyes had started to have issues. I didn't know what to do. I have purchased eye drops, 2 different kinds. This one is Refresh Optive. Oh my God. I was gonna tell you what the active ingredient is, but I don't think I can read that word. It's got more syllables than I think the fucking dictionary has in carboxymethylcellulose sodium. Carbethylmethylcellulose sodium. Glycerin. Take a breather. Blink like this. To be natural, to be human, instead of being a robot mashing through a bunch of matches back to back. Honestly, let's get the blood pressure down. Get the adrenaline down. Recuperate. Blink. Right? Hydrate in the eyes. Hydrate in the mouth. Hydrate everything. And then come back. You should take breaks every 2 matches or so.
You better take a sip. You fucking sleazy asshole.
Hey, bud. If I'm chill, please. See you.
Big ups, Misery Merchant. Hey, everybody. How's it going? My name is Logan. We're here to talk about Phil today. First of all, thank you, Sonny, for the massive positivity. Thank you for the bomb. I really appreciate it, my dude. How's everybody doing today? It's good to be back streaming. I sort of accidentally took a break for about 2 weeks there. Let me just say this as things are starting out. It's important to take breaks. If you're not feeling right about things, just take some time off from streaming. I took about 2 weeks off from streaming, and it was great. Got myself straightened out, got everything all in good order, and everything like that. So I am ready to stream, ready to talk about Phil today. I've got a few things here on the schedule, as it were, and then I'll get you guys all over to Len. I'll be redirecting you to Len the Deranged. He's going to be streaming a little bit later. I am feeling oozy, Instamat. What's up, Instamat? Shatterhill, Teeling Soldier, Game Master, Why Am I Toxic, David, Well Swayed, Sunny, Guy with Two Names. Guy with Two Names, I started an hour and a half early because I finished my work earlier than expected. So I was like, well, I should start early because I realized that Phil ain't streaming today. So it made sense to start early. So thank you, everybody, for showing up. That's really all I can ask. One thing I wanted to talk about today is DSP opens up a Throne account. So this is something that I think it happened one of the weekend days, sometime over the weekend. I was listening to Phil while I was doing stuff at my dining table at home. I think I was paying bills. I had my phone out, I had a piece of paper and everything like that. I was paying bills on my phone, right? Operating the household. So I start laughing, and my girlfriend's like, what are you laughing at? And I'm like, well, Phil opened up a Throne account. And she goes, what the hell's a Throne account? And I was like, well, it's an account where online content creators can have stuff given to them by their fans. It mostly caters to e-girls who have simps. And then, you know what my girlfriend said immediately after that explanation, without skipping a beat? She said, oh, Throne, that sounds kind of BDSM, doesn't it? I'm like, yeah, exactly. That does sound like some BDSM internet shit. I think it's very clear. And listen, I don't want anybody to misinterpret me here. If girls got a cam, do your camming, do your OnlyFans. That's fine, great, love it. I actually know a couple of those ladies of the cam personally. I have a couple of friends of mine who started doing it during the pandemic because times are rough. If you do that shit, that's fine. I'm cool with it. I think what I think is the most funny is that DSP denies the obvious here. So I'm going to get into that. We're going to talk about Throne. We're going to talk about PS5, and then we're going to get into whatever other trouble we can get into here. But this is from Atlas the Clip Keeper. Big ups, Atlas. Good friend of the channel here. So let's let it roll.
Atlas in the hot seat tonight.
And Atlas.
Goes by the name of Atlas the Bookkeeper. How you feeling, my friend?
Now, as you know, this last month has been amazing. It's been about a month now. It's about a month and a week now that all this has been happening. And basically, what's been happening is like willy-nilly, I'll get an email here, an email there.
Willy-nilly, that's a fun expression for him.
I want to donate something. and we'll talk about it in email back and forth or whatever, and then we figure out the specifics. And sometimes I the things is
No. Teeling Soldier, I'm not linking you. I'm not linking you, friends of mine's sites. That's gross. I'm not doing that. Nope.
And sometimes it's baloney. Like sometimes people are just full of it. They had no intention of sending anything. It was just kind of.
I made the mistake, and I think guy with two names. If you're still here, I made the mistake in the Detractor Beam Discord mentioning that my girlfriend and I like accidentally had a long conversation on a flight with one of our flight attendants who happened to be an OnlyFans girl. She came up to us. She was doing her flight attendant thing, and I don't know why, but like the subject of content creation came up, and like I was talking about YouTube and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, I make content too." So we were talking about like thumbnails and stuff like thumbnails and like attention grabbing thumbnails and how to do them. And she was like, "Oh, what's your content?" So she sent me her YouTube channel. And her YouTube channel is basically a shorts channel. She's a flight attendant, and she gives like flight attendant tips of like, airplane hacks and shit like that, like travel hacks, shit like that. So we get home, because this was our flight home from SFO, from San Francisco back to New York, back to JFK. I go home. I look up her YouTube channel, like cool. So her YouTube channel links to a link tree, or it was either a link tree or a campsite link, but her fucking links just followed to an OnlyFans site. And I told my lady, I was like, "Oh, our flight attendant was just an OnlyFans girl. That's the kind of content she makes." So that was a weird story. And because I mentioned it in Detractor Beam Discord last year, a bunch of you pervs wanted to see the site. So I sent you the site of this lady, of this OnlyFans lady who was also our flight attendant on our flight from San Francisco. So like, much long story long, I am not making that mistake again. Fuck no.
Wasting my time. They think it's trolling, which is stupid because who cares, right? It's not a big deal. There's no risk to me to have a conversation in email, and then they don't send me something and they're full of it, right? But basically, people have been talking about like, don't you have a wish list? Don't you have this or that? And I'm like, no, not really. Like, I never really did anything.
No, but DSP, you do have a wish list. Your wish list is like anything. Literally anything. Have you guys noticed that? Have you guys noticed that, like, he will very sneakily say, like, "Oh, this is pretty expensive," or, maybe if there's a way I could not pay that much money for this thing. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Like, he'll take anything. I think this is just a way to formalize it.
Like that. My viewers would just support my
audio is a bit low on the video. Okay, I can raise up Phil a bit.
Help out and support and
That's
improve
okay.
around here.
I got space.
So someone made a suggestion.
Here we go.
Me. They said there is a service online, okay, that you can set up.
Oh, David says he already has an Amazon wish list. I believe you, David. I was not aware of the Amazon link. I was not aware of that, but it doesn't surprise me. I know for a few years he was fucking around with Amazon affiliate links, which he kind of, sort of, a little bit got in trouble for, because he was telling people like, "Hey, if you buy diapers and shit, click my affiliate link." Okay, Fox Rider says he deleted it. Okay, because I remember when I was doing some research, because I do fall. I'm not. Listen, I'm not ALT's level of research, but I do fall down rabbit holes sometimes if I'm like sitting here making thumbnails or whatever. And I did some research where there was kind of like a small Amazon affiliate link saga where he like low-key got in trouble for shit he was saying about affiliate links.
Where people can actually like get you stuff, and it comes to you like there's no like.
Fuck, Silent Weapons. You are starting things off with a bang, my brother.
And I was like, "Well, what is that?"
Your comment's already getting pinned.
I looked into it last night. It's called Throne.
I also, it bears mentioning, this page does exist. I looked it up. Here's the page. I also created a Throne login of my own so I could search his page, because the site actually makes it oddly difficult to find a creator's page unless you have the specific link, But yeah, this exists. The wish list so there are 3 tabs: wish list, gifters, and there's been no gifters so far, at least nothing public. But bear in mind, for all of you monitor and let's say hyper-focused individuals out there, you hyper-focused trolls, if you know what I'm saying. You know how some people just hyper-focus on things? This is another thing we can track. Go over here to actually, you know what? I'll put this throne link in the chat. Just in case anybody needs it. Just in case it's throne.com/darksidephil, which I should have tried that first. I wouldn't have had to establish a fucking login for this site if I just tried that first. But if anybody wants to track who's given what, this tab is probably a good way to do it. And also you can click send a surprise and you can literally send him anything. I would love to send him Neko headphones, little cat ear headphones. I think some of this shit would be fun. This is like fucking Skyrim. It's not Skyrim. Sky Mall. Sunny says Discord DM. Oh. All right, hold on. I gotta pull this up. Sonny. This is a weird AliExpress thing. Hold on. I need to open this in a different browser. I don't even know what you're sending me, but I will show it on stream. Hold on. I have a 3 browser setup now, so just bear with me for a minute. So this couch is apparently an option if you're an AliExpress enjoyer. That's very fun. Yeah, but this page exists. I verified it because at first I thought to myself, this cannot be real. So I went on and I found it. So
Okay.
Very fun.
So basically, this is my Throne account that I made last night in like 5 minutes, and I set it up very basically.
No,
All right?
I'm not getting
And I
the
think
couch
way it
desk
works
carrot.
is we can talk about stuff like on my streams that would improve my setup. And it could be anything. Like, for example, I mean, these are suggested things that you can get. It's as small as, like, look, a mug, right? Or
Pepe the Frog mug. That's great.
it's as expensive
Fantastic.
as an insanely $440 gaming chair, which I would never ask for because there's absolutely no way that
You didn't ask for a $2,200 PC, yet one showed up. Like the problem I have with how he's pitching this is like he's talking as though he doesn't already get a stupid amount of bullshit donated to him. Almost everything on his stream has been donated to him. This is just a way to formalize it. This is just a way to codify it. And more importantly, it's just a way to incentivize more. Like, he is incentivizing more meaningless donation. He is taking even more of the thinking work out of him, out of his own hands. That's what this is. And as I was getting to in the beginning of this segment, this is for e-girls primarily. Keep in mind, anybody can use a Throne account for any reason, but everybody knows that this is for e-girls who have simps. It's just like OnlyFans and Fansly. Theoretically, you don't have to do porn or adult content on either of those sites, but like 99% of his clientele is going to be that. Daimion Wolf in chat is pointing to Sean Gonzalez donated to Phil by Phil. Yeah, I had a theory, Sean, about that, how Phil is going to use this as tax shelter, in that he's going to he could donate a few items to himself under socks to himself, which is like, it's a way for him to create receipts in a way where he could be like, see, a fan donated this, but they're all going to be like, whoa, Moses 82 or whatever. You know what I mean?
that chair is worth $440. That chair is probably worth $50.
It does sound like a bad idea, Aaron, but has that ever stopped him before?
It's an insane ripoff, okay? But it's all kinds of equipment and things that you can use for your streams that perhaps would improve.
I'm going to speed him up because he
right?
talks too slow.
And they have other
We're
things
going
you can- if I don't want
1.5.
food or anything like that. But, you know, we could talk about, hey, what would be a cool thing for my background maybe that 1 month if someone wanted to donate something? Or, what would be a good improvement?
Look at
to
that
stuff
Stream
I'm doing?
Deck.
And
Holy
things,
shit.
Again, gift store, it gives you some examples of things you can get. Look, gift cards for places. I wonder if it has, like, digital gift cards. for like
Yeah, my boy Punish Lasagna in the chat points out DSP is smart enough to scam. You do not need to be smart to scam. No. Really, really dumb, stupid people become con artists. That's the thing. Most con artists are not sophisticated at all. They're just really good at bullying you and pushing your buttons until you do the things they want. People seem to think that you have to be some kind of fucking Patrick Jane mentalist level mastermind in order to scam and pressure people into stuff. No. In prior jobs, I had jobs caring for people with Down syndrome and people severely on the autism spectrum who were by definition and on paper not very smart, but goddamn if they didn't know how to manipulate people. You know what I mean? Like, someone with Down syndrome may not be able to do math, but they know how to push your fucking emotional buttons. And Phil, as much of an idiot as he is, he knows how to push people's emotional buttons. He wouldn't be able to sustain his lifestyle if he didn't know how to push buttons. And actually, him opening up this fucking Throne account is a way of him pushing people's buttons. So do not underestimate this man, and do not underestimate the lengths of which he will go to scam. Do not, because so many people do that.
Like PlayStation Network or Steam or something. Does it have? I'm curious if it has like Steam. No, that's it. This is all the gift cards they have. Oh, well, that's not many.
Oh, once again, he's being a choosing beggar, as Meerkat would say. He's being a choosing beggar, saying like, they don't really have the things I like.
I don't think I would.
What's up, Reap? How are you?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
like,
The Mentalist is a great show. Everybody should watch it. It's very fun.
Yeah, they're not for any services that I would use. I was thinking, maybe it has like Steam, and I can get Steam credits to buy games, but it doesn't seem like they have that. What's about streaming? Some things you would expect: a new microphone, a new.
Yeah, you're gonna get like fine microphones. Everybody has this mic, by the way. Everybody, and it's decent. And you have like a off-brand Stream Deck. Like, yeah, there's some decent shit here.
Your device, right? Oh God, look what they've got! Oh, no!
Sennheiser Momentum Markdown. These are actually pretty good. I was looking at a pair of these not too long ago. I tend to go with Audio Technica. Oh, he's gonna talk about the binaural microphone. Yeah, let's go, because I have some thoughts on this binaural microphone.
No! Oh, come on! Camera and audio recorder that looks like an ear for ASMR. Oh, come on.
Dude, he knocks ASMR so hard, but there are ladies, I know one of them. I know a let's say sexual style ASMR artist personally, who has asked me audio advice, and let me tell you, those ladies can make a lot of money whispering into those fake plastic ears and pretending to lick people's ears. Thousands upon thousands of dollars. So Phil knocks it, but it actually does take actual talent and know-how in order to use equipment like this correctly. Like, he is actually poo-pooing something that actually takes like skill. You have to have skill and charisma to pull off the whole sexy voice thing and like pretending like you're licking someone's ear, you know? I know that's disgusting, but like, he is performing an actual service because it's something that people actually find entertaining or arousing, and he just sits around and begs for money. He doesn't offer anything. Where at least ASMR artists offer you something. You feel something when you're listening to their stuff, you know?
That is so stupid, and they have it too. Headphones. I don't wear headphones. I can't, sadly, because I have it.
Oh, Ludwig World Order, big ups, dude, says DSP has binaural audio in his watch history. Wow. So I wonder if DSP is a secret ASMR enjoyer. By the way, ASMR is nothing to be ashamed of. Even like sexual ASMR, also nothing to be ashamed of. If you're into it, you're into it, man. I'm not gonna kink shame. As long as everybody knows what they're signing up for and there's nothing sus going on, go for it, man. Be yourself.
Stupid ear condition. My microphone is great. Like, eventually, if my mic ever has an issue, I would definitely look for a replacement, but I don't think I really need one. My mic is pretty good.
Yeah. Punish Lasagna says sex workers provide more of a service than Phil ever could. Yeah, absolutely. Because at least if you're chatting with a cam girl or you're let's say getting ASMR content on something like OnlyFans, you're exchanging money for something that you're interested in and something that excites you. I know that there are people who unironically get excited by Phil, but with the exception of Jade, I think most of those people are depraved at this point. You're depraved, or you're LARPing, or you're with Kino Casino, which means you're a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, I guess.
If anything, maybe I could eventually improve the device. I use the Scarlett device for my microphone, but perhaps I could get a better one. I mean, this one's a decade old, so maybe there'd be like a newer, updated one or something, right? So there's just some examples of this stuff that's on there. As you can see, there's like hundreds of pages of things that you can look at. And you can even sort by like brand and stuff. All these products are available on there. What about electronics? Look, like a lamp that changes colors, a color changing like moon. Lighting. I have good lighting right now.
This does feel very Sky Mall to me. I'm not familiar with Throne. I've never used it. But this does feel like Sky Mall shit. And some of it does seem very overpriced. Like $33.99 for 6 feet of LEDs. That seems like too much, man. Like I have bought LEDs. I bought a lot of LEDs for less than that. I bought like I have a box of LEDs unopened behind me that I paid like less than $30 for, and I think it's 18 feet, I believe, or no, 65.6 feet. I misread. I can't read. Okay, that's actually a good deal if it's 65. Yeah.
The Elgato lighting I just bought, but maybe eventually, upgrading. Oh, just a Apple 2023 MacBook Pro, just in case I need one. Like, what the hell would I use that for?
Also, DSP completely underestimates how much people simp for creators they like, and he should know. He had a dude send him a $2,200 PC, allegedly. Okay, Heather P says Throne is not a bad service, and they have a lot of price points. Not everything is overpriced. That's good to know, Heather. Honestly, if listen, I'm making fun of DSP using Throne, but I have no problem with people using Throne. I think it's funny that he's using it and he doesn't understand what like their core demographic is. And also, if he wants to get the most out of it from a business standpoint, he needs to make a wish list and he needs to decide what he wants, I think is the problem. Because he's so non-committal and because he's so kind of neither here nor there about what he wants, I don't think he's going to get much traction from this thing. I think he's going to have occasionally people throwing him something here or there. But if he wants to be a fucking e-piggy and open up a Throne account, he should just own it and make a list, man. If you're going to do this, make a wish list, honestly.
I would never use that. MacBook Pro. They still have iPads. They have iPads on here. I would never use an iPad again. I had one.
iPads are still relevant.
Hexalights. See, I already have good lighting. I only need like a
I think, listen, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in. I think if you're a content creator and you need a tablet device, I think you should either use the Samsung Galaxy phone or a tablet. The stylus on Samsung products is very good, and it often comes with the products. You don't have to pay for that Apple Pencil bullshit. Big ups, Dwight Race. How are you, man?
Unless I put it on like the side or something over there, empty space maybe. Like maybe I would put it behind here. I don't know. But these are just examples. Maybe I have a MetaQuest, which is crazy, but I'm not into VR. I don't care about VR. Maybe some new lighting.
MetaQuest is a good headset, by the way.
Because right now I'm just using a ring light, but maybe I can improve my lighting setup and have better lighting in the room. That could be a possibility of something to improve it, right? See, but anyway, I'm
gonna say this: his lighting is fine. Like what he currently has is fine. He just needs to use it better. Because for me, I use a single ring light. Like you have to commit. You have to commit to what your lighting is going to be. You have to commit whether you're going to use a single ring light, which I do, and a lot of people do. A lot of people use a single ring light. Like every light in this room is off, and the only thing that's being lit is my face. DSP has never committed to a cohesive lighting setup, or like a good example of choosing your lighting is something that I use that I point out is Indrid. If you ever look at Indrid's solo Twitch streams, she actually has a very fun lighting setup where she uses a black and white filter on her webcam, and she does have I think it's either LEDs or like hanging Christmas style lights behind her, but she has them like really dim and it gives a really cool spooky look to it. DSP has never committed to a cohesive look for his streams. So he just kind of puts shit up and hopes it will look the way or hopes it will look cool. He has no vision, which is like mostly his problem. He's very uncreative with lighting, and you can do some cool shit with lighting, or you can just do what I do and use background removers and just light your face, which is fine. But he's committed to neither, and it's very frustrating.
I think what it is, you can order these. I think some of these come like right off of Amazon, actually, but others you can buy from other companies. And they basically, the way it works is you buy it, and then it goes right to the person. Oh, pet stuff. They have pet stuff. Look, you get stuff for Jasper Kitty. If someone wants to get some stuff for Jasper Kitty, a toy, yeah, look, like a toy set or something, like that's nice, right? I want to get something for Jasper Kitty, get him some new toys, and I'll call him in here on one day.
Oh, Ludwig, you got a Quest 3? I have an original Quest, and I really like it. I played Resident Evil 4 on my Quest when it came out, and I played, what was that lightsaber game? Vader Immortal. Because the thing I liked about the recent Quest headsets is that you didn't need to hook them up to your PC. Even though I had an Oculus headset that one of my friends gifted to me, that he was kind of handing down. My good friend Steve, who's actually been on a couple of my gaming streams. He handed me down an Oculus headset, and then I ended up buying a Quest. And it's really awesome to be able to like divorce having to hook up something to your PC if you just want to play a VR game. So I would, if you can afford it, I would highly recommend the MetaQuest headset. Very fun.
New toys, play with them, stuff like that. You know, that's
also toys for Jasper. Like, come on, dude, come on, man. Like, he's a cat. Just move on.
Reasonable, I feel. You know, I'm not like, hey, will anyone buy me a $4,000 PC? No, that's that's what I'm talking about. It's like little things here or there. I really wish
Guy with two names. I will not put up with that slander. My lady and I are very, very happy together. We're actually moving into a condo in November. We are doing the Burnell thing, and we are moving into a condo together. It's going to be very, very fun.
It had like gift cards for gaming stuff, but it doesn't seem to have one. A Steam Deck? Well, I certainly don't need the Steam Deck anymore now that I have a gaming PC. This is the gaming stuff, huh? The actual games are on here, but they're old. Actual games. Oh, here we go. A Hatsune Miku figure, for example. No. No, I don't need a Hatsune Miku figure. Oh, wait a minute. Here's something that we talked about over the summer. The possibility of me having chill Lego nights, where I would build
is it weird, guys, that I actually want the Lego nights to happen? Like, I really want the Lego nights to happen. Because if he can't figure out, you know, a cluster of 10 LED hexagon mounts, how is he going to build an elaborate Lego set? Like, I want him to get like the Millennium Falcon. I want him to get like a $600 Lego set and struggle with it. That'd be very fun. Guy with two names is saying nope. Yeah, I agree. The tech streams are better, but I want to see one Lego stream. Unfortunately, I think we're done with tech streams for a while. I got really into I streamed a lot when the PC first showed up because I love PC tech setups. Love PC tech setups, but those are done. I think his setup is the way it is, unless we have a major component on his PC die somehow. Then we'll get another tech stream. Yeah, Mboat says until the PC migration. Yeah, but I don't think the PC migration is happening until it dies. Until it literally dies.
Lego set, right? Well, how about that? That could definitely be something interesting. And I could be here like Grandpappy Phil, and I'll put on my reading glasses so I can actually see things up close, just like this. All right?
Grandpappy.
And I could do Legos. I can't see anything right now with this on. I can literally only see things this close.
Well, the pasta maker says he's not stealing cats anymore, apparently. All right, so here's my theory, and I think he gets into it later on in this segment. I don't know if it was this segment or another clip that I saw, but he said something to the effect of, "Oh, maybe someone could get me a PC just for capturing. Maybe someone could buy me a PC." So I think he's angling towards having yet a third PC, because one thing I want you guys to understand is that he has a mini PC that would be perfectly capable of being his streaming machine. Like, he could literally migrate all of his OBS assets over to that little mini PC and just use that to stream shit out. Like, he uses a USB capture card. There's no reason why that mini PC couldn't handle his current capture card and running OBS and everything like that. It'd be such a shame I'm actually looking into getting a mini PC to be my streaming machine when I move into the new house. So wish me luck on that.
Close to my face when I wear these. I can't see anything in front of me. I'm in a big blur right now. I feel like I'm underwater. Oh my God. But that would help. Oh my God. So for the Legos, right? That would be cool. So, but anyway, I mean, there's a ton of stuff on here that obviously I wouldn't be interested in, but I bet that there would be some good stuff on here too. All right. So I'm just saying, now here's the thing. I think the way it works is...
So Fort Worth Raids in chat says he's not big enough of a streamer to need a dedicated streaming rig. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit of a contrarian on that. It is my belief that most streamers can stream and play games on one system, provided they are using a beefy graphics card to its fullest extent, right? Like it's 2024. You can stream and game off of the same system. I do it all the time. I did it last week with fucking Star Wars Outlaws. I play a lot of Hitman on my Logan K channel. Like, that's all one PC. I play Hitman in 4K on PC and I stream it out, whatever. But if you can have a 2 PC setup, it's good. It's good to save resources. It's good to have a dedicated system where all of your OBS assets live. Like, I think that's good. That's good workflow. Does he need it? Fuck no. I think it's just, as Shinko Fleur would say, it's manufactured tedium. He does, if he's gonna stream like this, he might as well stream until whatever his 3K lemon dies, and then he might as well just move Cat's PC in there. He already said he was going to do it. He doesn't need to have a 2 PC setup. He really doesn't, but he already does, so he might as well keep it. You know what I mean?
You set up a wish list. See, like wish list? And so what I would have to do is go through this list.
Well, yeah, Demater brings up, but are you streaming and recording at 20 billion bit rate? Listen, I have words about his streaming bit rate, but I'm not going to get into it because that's like a whole different conversation for a whole different day. Just to put it in perspective, I am streaming at a 6K bit rate, and I'm putting out crystal clear 1440p video for you all by using a fucking AV1 encoder, AV1 codec. So I can do it very efficiently, and I'm just streaming 6K. My shit looks more crispy than Phil. It's extra crispy, but he's using like, what was it, 12,000? Was it 12K or 15K? It's some stupid high number. But I'm using at least half of what he uses, and my shit looks cleaner.
To find things that would be good for my setup, like for example, I would not be adding the Great North $3,000.
I mean, at 1080p, there's no reason anybody should be going beyond 6K. If you're using a regular NVIDIA NVENC encoder, which I think he is, there's no reason to go above 6 if you're just doing 1080p.
PC, quite frankly, that looks...
Guy with two names says either 15 or 18K. Jesus fucking Christ, 15 or 18K. Like my entire upload bandwidth is 2000, I think. It's 20. Whatever 20 is. I'm getting my metrics all fucked up. But I have 20 up is my entire upload bandwidth, right? And I'm using 6 of that, so I have plenty of room.
Almost exactly like mine right now. Only it's a standard.
Yeah, big ups Warhammer 40K. That's
so
right.
You're looking at that. You know, now one thing that we did discuss, okay, was that my plan was that I was going to migrate from my 10-year-old streaming
here it is.
PC to my wife's PC.
This is what I was thinking.
Windows 10. It's definitely better
Bubbly
than mine,
time.
but it's also not like modern. It's outdated. Maybe I could find a low to mid-range PC on here that's not insanely expensive. And if someone wanted to help out the streams in that way, I get a better PC, and that way I'm not going from a 2014 PC to a 2017 PC, right? But anyway, I'm just throwing this out there. This was suggested to me by a few people. So my question to you guys is, what do you...
Wait, I missed this part. So it was suggested by a few people for him to set up a Throne account so that he could get shit donated to him. That's even funnier. That like someone said, "Hey Phil, can you set this thing up? I really want to give you stuff." And that somebody was probably OIC. Probably. I know we like to say everybody is OIC, but it's probably OIC.
Thing, right? What kinds of stuff do you think would make sense on here? I think what we could do is talk about improvements to the streams and stuff and try to figure that out and go from there. And by the way, it's at DarkSidePhil is my page on there.
Yeah, Dewey. So that's another thing I have a lot of problems with. Him. This is a whole... I should make a video on this. I've been wanting to make a video on this for a while, but I keep getting distracted by all the other bullshit that's happening. But the idea that he has a 4070 Ti Super, which is the exact same graphics card that I have, and he is locking himself to 1080p for streaming is stupid. He should be streaming at 1440p minimum. Or not streaming, but his resolution settings in game should be 1440p minimum. There's no reason why he can't run most new games at 1440p and record and stream. I do all the time. What's up, Atlas? I'm using your clip right now, so big ups, man. Big ups, buddy.
But I don't think you can send me anything. I have it set up that I have to make a wish list for you to send me stuff. So I guess we'd have to look at that. Like, I don't want the people mug.
Again,
really cool.
I know, listen, I know I sound a lot like a PC snob. Like if you ever see me on one of the Discords or you hear me on my, and you know what, I'm gonna fucking confess. You know what? Fuck it. I am a PC snob, right? I've been gaming primarily on PCs for like the past 10 years now. I haven't really gamed heavily on consoles. I kind of, as soon as I got a big boy job that paid decent money, I got back into PCs and I'd never looked back. When he's talking about 1080p 60, that was 2012, 2013 for me. I was recording gameplay in 1080p 60 on PC in like 2013. I was doing that shit. Like, as usual, he is like a decade behind. He should at least be pushing to put out 1440p streams and 4K VODs if he can. Especially if he's going to capture onto a second PC. If he captures onto a second PC, if and when he gets Cat's PC up and running as his capture PC, there's no reason why he shouldn't have 4K VODs. Absolutely.
Mug or something. I don't know, right? Why is this stuck? Oh, it's just popular gifts. That's why. I think I would have to browse the gift store to add stuff to this.
Jay Wasso, PS5 Pro is the next clip. I have a lot to say about the PS5 Pro. As a current PS5 enjoyer, actually my girlfriend uses a PS5 more than me because she's not a PC person, but she likes the PS5. So I do have my thoughts on the PS5 Pro, as I am a current PS5 owner, current and happy PS5 owner. So that's the next clip. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah. Home? Stuff for your home. Glass jars. Japanese-inspired ceramic cups. A $200 weighted blanket.
Those ceramic
nice,
cups actually look pretty fucking cool. I'd get those.
This? The Gravity Balance $2,500 chair. I'll stream from that, rocking back and forth.
Gravity chairs are fucking cool.
This is hilarious. This is pretty hilarious, isn't it? But what? Who would pay $135 for a plush throw? Like, that's insane to me, right? What? It's way overpriced. That's a nice alarm clock. A bamboo alarm clock. I like that. Hydra lamp? It has water in it? It has water in it.
Hell yeah.
Hydra lamp is discreet. Features that allow you to refill your glass conveniently from your bedside. What?
Thank you, Mr. Extravagant.
This is like...
For re-upping your membership for 1 month.
Were you ever on a flight? And on the flight...
Okay, Mr. Extravagant asks, did Lefty quit the channel? I will... You know what? I'll say this. There's no beef. People have said, and I know this is a joke, people have said the L's are beefing. No, Lefty just wanted to take a break. There was, I can't point you to the stream, but Lefty kind of did like a farewell stream for himself, where he kind of just said, my life priorities are changing. I'm gonna go away for a while, focus on my main YouTube channel. And honestly, if you guys want to see what Lefty's up to, go check out his Lefty channel. Here, I'm going to find it. He is fucking killing it on his Lefty channel. Here, hold on. I'm going to link his channel. I'm going to link his channel in the chat. If you guys want to see what Lefty's up to, he streams pretty regularly. He puts videos out pretty regularly. He's there. He's still around. He still makes content. He's just not really interested in Phil stuff anymore. So Lefty's around. Go hang out with him, and you can find him on Discord. He's still in the Detractor Beam Discord along with others. It's not like he's gone away. It's not like he's unreachable. He's just not. Not doing Phil stuff as much anymore. So big ups, Lefty. We all love you, man, and people miss you, but we're moving on.
It's like the weirdest, most extravagant things ever that no normal person would ever buy.
Extravagant. Big ups, Mr. Extravagant.
Like Hammaker Schlemmer or something like that. I think that's the name of the company. Like, that's literally what this shit is. It's like the most overpriced, expensive stuff. Who would want that?
Yes, we love Lefty.
A cutlery set with a portable case.
Lefty's good people. He's a good guy.
Soap dispenser, because we all need that. A cobblestone bathroom mat. That actually looks nice. Maybe that's comfy. A comfy mat. Full body pillow. It's like normal stuff for your house. What? $450 for that chair? Would you pay $450?
Dude, that's what furniture costs. Does he not know what furniture costs? Furniture is expensive. As someone who is getting ready to move into a new house, who's looking at furniture is expensive, man. Chairs cost $400. Like they do. Like, you can find $400 chairs if you look.
For that? That's insane. But anyway, basically, yeah, so I set it up because people had talked about it, all right? And I was like, all right, I'll set it up. We'll see. Now, I have no idea.
Stray Fox in the chat is asking, is Throne stuff overpriced too? I don't think so. Heather P was talking about in the chat how, like, Throne prices are kind of normal. According to what Heather knows about Throne, there doesn't seem to be that much of a markup. Which, that's fine, because Throne probably just orders from Amazon. Like, Throne prices are probably Amazon prices. I'm going to be honest, I didn't do the research to understand how Throne actually works. Because I haven't had a lot of time in the past 2 weeks to do, like, Phil-related research. But the prices seem okay.
I have no idea if we'll ever use it, but I set it up and we'll talk about it. Like, if we have ideas for improvements to my setup and stuff, that concrete, like, I think that lighting thing might be something, right? Or the Lego sets. I kind of
view Throne as, like, if you guys have ever had to participate in a wedding registry for, like, a wedding or like a baby shower or something you might be invited to, where, like, you can sign up to buy stuff on the registry, and you buy stuff on the registry, and then Amazon ships it to their house. I think it's like that. I think Throne is just like an ongoing gift registry that never ends. That's what it is.
Yeah, but you see the page. I'm not exactly sure how it even works, but something to think about. Okay.
I mean, yeah. Daylith, it is literally a way to have simps anonymously gift things to cam girls, and to be clear, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just funny that Phil is using it, and he is, like, not understanding the meta behind Throne.
Okay, cool. All right. I received $1.
No, but my lady has gotten invited to a lot of baby showers. It turns out that when you're a lady, you get invited to a lot of baby showers. I have looked through many baby shower registries trying to give her gift advice, because her and I are terrible at buying gifts, generally speaking. So we generally think about gifts together, because between the two of us, we make one good gifter, if you know what I mean.
From Beaver Bother, he says Throne is used for e-girls. Okay, this is sus. What does it mean?
It is. It is a little sussy wussy.
Like, it's literally what it is. Just because a bunch of e-girls use it because of stupid what do you call them? Simps. Buy them shit constantly. That's not what I'm gonna use it for. That's literally not what
Phil, you have simps. You have actual simps. You have actual simps that pay you money because it makes you feel good, because they want to see you be happy. That is the definition of a simp.
It is here. It's like we talk about things that could literally help my business, and see what stuff costs or whatever, and go from there.
I'm not gonna lie. This Tesla thing, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I would never have it in my stream background, but pretty cool.
Right? A green screen? I don't think we care about green screen anymore. My setup's nice enough. We don't need a green screen. Seriously, it'd be one thing if, like, it was a.
You should get a green screen. Like, get it. Having a green screen opens up your your repertoire and your options to so many things. That's like item number one on my list when I move to my new streaming space. Is I've had a green screen forever, but this room, I don't have the space to set it up correctly. Item number one is green screen, because green screen is so much easier and so much more elegant than these background removers. Don't get me wrong, I love the background removers, but yeah, dude, green screen is still the way to fly. Yes, it is the Metal Gear Solid Rising lamp. All right, guys, we're gonna talk about the PS5 Pro and his reaction to it. I have a lot to say about the PS5 Pro tech wise, just from what I've read about it. And I have a lot to say about his interpretation of the PS5 Pro. This is another Atlas the Clip Keeper clip. So big ups, Atlas, again. Love you, man.
Atlas, in the hot seat tonight.
And Atlas.
Goes by the name of Atlas the Bookkeeper. How you feeling, my friend?
Let's just watch this together. I've not seen this yet. This is the PS5 Pro trailer. Okay? So let's watch this together and see what it's all about.
Yes, Anthony, there is the OBS background remover plugin. That's what I'm using right now, but it's kind of clumsy. It's kind of clumsy and it looks janky. Whereas if you have a really well lit and well keyed green screen, it can be very seamless background removal. Because I'm using it now and it's all blinky. It does the job, but I would like a proper green screen.
Go from there.
Whoa. Whoa.
What's funny is they're trying to make it look like it's not white, but it is. Like, if it was black, if they actually recolored it to be black, I think people would like it more. But you know it's still white. They're not going to change the base.
No, they're not trying to make it look like anything. It's just not lit. They're using low-key lighting. This is also all done in CAD. Like, this is not a PS5 Pro. This is a CAD model. Like, what are you talking about?
Thank you for the membership.
What's up, Meth Bear? Thank you for the 12 months, dude. We appreciate you.
Da da dum dum da da dum da da. What is that music?
Music is stupid, but it's not that deep, Phil. It's really not that deep. Just move on.
Who picked that? Sounds like shit. It's like total corporate shit, right?
Dude, all right, hold on. We're going on a field trip. He's gonna call that corporate shit. All right, hold on. Let's see. DSP Gaming. I would like to pull something up for you guys. Hold on. We're going on a quick field trip. DSP Gaming. Level 1 podcast. Let me just find this on my third screen here. Here we go. Like this. We don't need this tab anymore. Get this out of here. Okay. You guys ready? Would you prefer the da 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 music and the PS5 Pro reveal or this? Get ready.
You ready? Here we go. Good morning.
What's better? Or this. Ready? PS5 Pro reveal music or this. Oh, wait. Hold on. Did you guys hear that? Listen very carefully. I'm not going to talk over it. Listen very carefully. Did you hear it? Type it in the chat if you heard it. There's something on this particular recording that's not supposed to be on the recording. Yes, there was a throat clear that made it in. It went da 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 da. It's really good. I totally missed that the other day. Holy shit. Which means he leaves his mic open while his music is going. Come on, man. That's really funny to me. Okay, you get my point though. He's gonna call that corpo. He's gonna call this corpo bullshit, which it is. But like, this is a way better song than his kindergarten intro. Come on, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you know what? You guys know what music he'd rather have on. Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. I am flirting with copyright by using the next thing I'm looking up. No, not that. Here, he wants this. It took me a couple seconds to find, but here we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something. You ready? Ready? Good. Get this going. Play that. Mute that. Oh, it's not playing both of them at once. Oh fuck. But he wanted this. This is what he actually wanted. I bet he'd like that a lot better. That's all I'm gonna play because fucking Vince McMahon will come and leg drop me right now.
Shitty setup or whatever. You don't want to see the background.
But yes, he would rather that. For some reason, my browser will not let me play two videos at once. It's a problem.
Spectral Super Resolution. Feature only available on select PS5 games that have been enhanced for PS5 Pro when compared with PS5. PS5 Pro enhanced features will vary by game. I like that the first thing they announced had to have a disclaimer at the bottom of the...
You know why they have disclaimers, chat? They have disclaimers because of idiots like Phil that take everything literally. Because if you don't have disclaimers for idiots like Phil that take everything literally, people will literally try to sue you. Or at the very least, they'll spread misinformation on the internet. So the disclaimer was for you, Phil. It was for you, my man.
Screen that basically this is all nonsense and probably no games will have it, right? This is the equivalent of like the Sega Genesis or Master System saying, oh, it has blast processing.
But it did have blast processing. The Sega Genesis did have blast processing. That was a thing the Genesis had. The Super Nintendo had parallax scrolling and like mode 7 scrolling. Like there's tech shit in here that consoles had. He's acting like this has never been done before. Come on, man. Come on.
Right? Wow.
Yes. So Chudgu remembers that was Genesis' whole thing. Their sound chip was really fucking good. Like, if anybody... Okay, I'm going to derail for a second to 90s consoles. But does anybody remember how fucking good music sounded on the Genesis? Holy shit, man. The sound chip was really fucking good. And the blast processing. You could get those particle effects going real good. And the Mode 7 moves and Chrono Trigger for the SNES were very good. Like each console had its... Yeah, Yamaha FM gang. That's right. You know your sound hardware. Oh, really? Ludwig says it was more of a programming thing than a hardware thing. So DSP says it's okay. Interesting. See, I always thought that the way the Sega thank you NWO News for the sub. I always thought that the Sega Genesis sound had something to do with its specific hardware, because even if you run that stuff on emulators, it doesn't quite sound the same.
What are we supposed to be looking at? This is hilarious. High frame rates Instead of 60, now you can do 120 frames.
Sure. Why not? Yeah, Streets of Rage is good.
Tracing, and it has exactly the same disclaimer again. Feature only available on select games, right?
Anthony says, personal opinion, there's no reason to have a console when you have a PC. PC can do everything. Games are better. Just emulate them, and you can mod games too. Yeah, I agree, but there also is there's a place for consoles. Like I like consoles still. I live with a lady that doesn't play PC games, but she likes consoles. So it's just fun to see her play games, man. It's fun to see my girl play games, and she's not gonna set out a PC and do it. So for that reason, I like consoles because she can just kind of pick up a controller and play Stray if she wants to, you know?
Vertical stand sold separately. No disk drive.
Methair, we have a Roland synthesizer in this house. I don't know how to play the piano, but my girlfriend does. She plays piano and guitar and stuff, and we have a Roland. They make very good sound hardware.
Look at that. There's no disk drive on it at all. Witness play.
I'm not gonna lie. This looks super slick. Like, this looks fucking sharp right here. It's just very good.
Unleashed. Witness play unleashed. That's their tagline for this thing.
PlayStation.
Play has no limit. So they failed to put the information.
Yeah, Beamer says, I don't trust my kids to get a 1,000 plus machine yet. Yeah, consoles are good for family members, because a lot of my friends and family are just not PC people. I have a couple of really good, almost all my detractor friends play on PC. Like, I play games with Snood and Decepticon and like Indrid and stuff like that. They're all on PC. A good friend of mine, like my best friend in my whole life, is a PC gamer. But then I have a group of friends that are like all on consoles. Like, they all just have PS5s. Play where you want to play, and play the places where the games you like are. I don't know I can't say words, but you get what I mean. Play where you feel comfortable playing. That's it.
Into the trailer. So now we have to go to the PlayStation blog to actually get the full information. Don't ask me why they didn't put the information in the trailer. Welcome to PlayStation 5 Pro, the most visually impressive way to play games on PlayStation. I'm glad they clarified that, because obviously if you have a gaming PC, you already have all of these features. And if they were like, it's the most visually impressive way to play games, people would be like, what are you, fucking
PlayStation blog? That's right.
Stupid, right? Why are you lying? Right? Let's take a look. Features including GPU upgrade, advanced ray tracing, and PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. Can't wait to figure out what that is.
By the way, Spectral Super Resolution, or SSR, is PlayStation's own flavor of DLSS. So they're basically doing what NVIDIA technology does now on PC in RTX GPUs, basically. I'll explain it to you because Phil doesn't know what he's talking about, and Phil is not smart enough to understand what PSSR is even trying to do. PSSR will efficiently scale things from a lower resolution to a higher resolution to save on resources used, thus giving a better experience overall, theoretically. I'll explain it because Phil cannot.
We worked hard to continuously evolve the console. Yeah. We developed the PS5 Pro with deeply engaged players and game creators in mind. Many have asked for a console that runs even higher fidelity graphics with smoother frame rates at 60 frames per second. We achieved this on PS5 Pro with several key performance features. By the way, it said that on the box for PlayStation 5. I just want to make that clear.
By the way, PS5 can do 4K, can do 4K 60, can do 4K 120, and can technically do 8K 30. By the way, none of this, what I want to say, and these are the words I had about PS5, none of what he's about to say in terms of like shit being on the PS5 box being a lie is wrong. The thing, like, none of it is wrong.
Here, on the box of PS5, it says 4K, and it also says 120 frames. So they lied. The box said it was capable of doing that, yet no games ever ran like that. So they were full of crap. It was misadvertisement on the box.
I bet you could find one game that ran at 120. Let me see. I'm gonna Google search it now. Games that ran, or no, I could do it on this screen. The fuck am I doing? All right. Games that ran at 120 FPS PS5. Okay, so all PS5 games running at 120 hertz. Fine, I agree to your bullshit. Oh, okay. So DSP says no games ran at 120 hertz. Okay, cool. Look at this list. It took me about 15 seconds to pull up this list. Hello? Philip? Hello? Shit ran at 120, dude. There's been shit running at 120 for a while. He doesn't understand the difference between specifications and performance. He's conflating specifications with performance. And I'll get more into that as he talks, because he has a really, really retarded take on all of this. But he's conflating the specs of a PS5 and a PS5 Pro with the practical performance of a PS5 or a PS5 Pro. It's a big difference. A targeted spec is not the same as performance.
The PS5 console, just make that clear. Okay? So, upgraded GPU. With the PS5 Pro, we're upgrading a GPU that has 67% more compute units than the current PS5 console and 28% faster memory. Overall, this enables up to a 45% faster rendering for gameplay, making the experience much smoother. Okay? So, I get that. But
Misery Merchant says, oh, only brand new AAA titles day one count. Yeah, that is totally the DSP mindset of like, oh, it doesn't count unless it's Call of Duty, which, by the way, Call of Duty is on this fucking list. Yeah, dude, a bunch of Call of Duty games are on this fucking list. Call of Duty's been running 120 hertz on PS5 forever. Holy shit, man. What's he talking about?
What was the last
What's
game
up,
that
Len?
you played?
We're talking about him talking about
All
the
right.
PS5.
On PS5.
Pretty dented.
Poor PS5. Where you were like, man, that rendering was too slow.
He's moving the goalposts. No, you know what? DSP is creating a scenario that doesn't exist. Because let's be honest about current hardware. Current hardware, things load pretty fucking fast, don't they? Right? Like, I've been playing Star Wars Outlaws a lot lately. I play Star Wars Outlaws on PC. I like the game. That's right. I'm that freak. I'm that freak who likes Star Wars Outlaws. And one of the things that's great about running shit on PC with a M.2 NVMe is that you have no load times. I haven't seen a single load time in the entire fucking game. It's very great. Like, he's conflating load times with render times. Where like a faster render time would prevent something like pop-in. Like, how many times has DSP been playing a game and he said like, oh, I see the pop-in. I see the pop-in. I'm pretty sure he was talking about that on Star Wars Outlaws last week, that he was getting object pop-in and texture pop-in on your PC. Faster rendering times would actually sort out things like object pop in and texture pop in. Like, it's a net positive. I don't know why he's complaining about things being net positives when last year around this time, like when Starfield was coming out, he was saying PC gaming was dead. So in a year, he went from PC gaming is dead, consoles are the way to go, to being a PC snob, saying that this is a ripoff. And like, I'll weigh in on this in a little bit. I'm gonna let him cook for a bit. What's up, Agent Proper? How are you, my friend?
Man, the loading took too long. Man, the game just can't keep up. Can you think of one? Now, admittedly, I haven't played the last few games that I played on PS5. Maybe Star Wars Outlaws is the case, but Star Wars Outlaws has the same problem on PC too. So it's not the hardware, right? It's the games. So it doesn't even really make sense. Like, they're
Just to
saying-
give a little bit of technical background on the problems that Star Wars Outlaws has faced on PC. Star Wars Outlaws right now on PC is poorly optimized. It doesn't use VRAM correctly. So you get a lot of frame stuttering and a lot of pop-in in places where you shouldn't get pop-in. So I agree. Star Wars Outlaws is poorly optimized, but he's missing the point of what all of this means. What all of this means is that devs will have more headroom to work with to make the games better overall. That's essentially what an increase like this gets you.
It'll be 45% faster rendering, but why did we need that? Did we have any games that weren't rendering right? Not to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember playing a game. I was like, man, the game, it just can't keep up, right? Advanced ray tracing. We've added even more powerful ray tracing.
Well, Timothy, I am waiting for someone to gift him a 4K monitor, like a good 4K monitor, because I have a pretty fucking good LG 4K HDR monitor that I game on, and I'll never go back. I'll never go back to anything less than 4K in terms of like a display. It's so good for gaming, editing, and all of that. If he gets a really good gaming monitor, maybe he'll see.
That provides more dynamic reflection and refraction of light. It allows the rays to be cast at double and sometimes triple the speed of the current PS5 console. So, to give you some perspective here, ray tracing. Yes, I've now played a few games with ray tracing on. Black Myth Wukong was one. I had it on for Star Wars Outlaws. And what I can tell you is your mileage may vary. It really depends more on the game than the hardware. My PC is almost top of the line. It's not top, but it's good.
No, your PC is not top of the line. Your PC, this is going to make me sound like a really, really snobby person for saying this. His PC is, I would say, high mid-range. He has a good graphics card. I will say this. He has a good graphics card, but the motherboard and the CPU, he skimps. That build skimps a little bit on the motherboard and CPU. He's got a good GPU, but that's it. Like the graphics card is the only thing near top of the line in it. And like listen, I'm a 4070 Ti enjoyer myself, but a 4070 Ti is not top of the line. I would call my PC higher end than Phil's, because overall I bought better shit in my PC. But no, he has a high mid-range PC.
Really good PC for what it is.
Yes, Misery Merchant, thank you for always being smarter than me. He is somewhere between recommended and optimal. If we're talking about system specs, target specs, he's somewhere between the recommended specs of a game and optimal, meaning that he'll be able to run most things at between 1440 and 4K. At medium to high settings. That's pretty much what it means.
And I can turn ray tracing on to max for most games. And some perspective here. So with the ray tracing on all the way, someone's walking with a torch next to a river, and you can see the fire of the torch reflected in the river rippling, right? You could see more through the water, and you could see the ripple effects and everything. You can see better shadows, way more detailed shadows.
Yeah, dude. Timothy, his case is the worst part of the build, to be honest. The fact that he has to open the top of his case to use half of his PCIO on his motherboard is total shit. Like the fact that he has to actually open up the clamshell thing on the top is so stupid. Like, just get a better case, man.
And lights coming through trees and stuff. Is it good? Yes, it is. It's really cool. Does it change the?
Yeah, I think the 4080 Ti 4080 has a Ti flavor. There's also 4090 out there. I don't know the difference between the two. That's more of like a profit question. If you want to know the breakdown between those two cards, ask Profit, I guess. You DM him. I think his Twitter DMs are open, and you can find him on Discord these days. But I will say I'm perfectly happy with my setup right now.
Game? No, it doesn't. It doesn't change the game. It just makes it look a little bit more pretty. It's a nice feature to have, admittedly, but again, who's going to implement it is the question. Because again, it's not the fact that PS5 didn't have it.
I I disagree with Phil on this. I actually think ray tracing matters more on consoles than it does on PC. Because on consoles, you really need to make shit pop with less headroom and less overall power to use, right? And efficient ray tracing, optimized ray tracing is a very good way to do that. Whereas playing on PC, a 1.5 to 2 feet from my monitor at 4K, I'm in no hurry to turn ray tracing on most of the time. But if I'm playing on PS5, I would love ray tracing to be an option on PS5 because you're going to be, let's face it, most PS5 games are upscaled from either 1080p to 4K or 1440p to 4K. If that's going to be the case, it actually would be really great to have ray tracing on to make things a little bit more reflective, make things pop a little bit more. I think on consoles, ray tracing and HDR matter so much more than they do on PC. Because I don't know if any of you have tried HDR on PC, but like HDR on PC is fucked up. It's completely fucked up. It varies wildly from game to game. The Windows calibration for HDR is shit. I can get into why HDR on the PC is like incredibly clunky and the user experience is bad. I actually think HDR and ray tracing on consoles can be great.
Game developers didn't really implement it. So now, are the game developers going to go the added mile to develop games differently for PS5 to implement this better ray tracing or not? Okay? AI-driven upscaling.
I can answer that question, actually. I just played through Horizon Forbidden West on the PC. And I played Horizon Forbidden West on the PC with ray tracing on at 4K, everything on, and it looked great. So for something like Horizon Forbidden West or The Last of Us, that work to target the higher spec has already been done because the games already exist on PC. Like Death Stranding, that work has already been done because Death Stranding exists on PC. He's overlooking a lot of obvious things here. Like at least Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man 1 is already on PC. Like a lot of this work is already done. Is really already done. They would just have to tweak the settings a little bit for a PS5 Pro. Like it wouldn't take much.
We're also introducing PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, an AI-driven upscaling that uses a machine learning-based technology to provide super sharp image clarity by adding an extraordinary amount of detail.
Yeah, Ice Marbles, that's probably the way to do it. Don't have HDR, don't have auto HDR on at the Windows level. You could probably use NVIDIA control panel to dictate your HDR settings game to game. That's probably what I should start doing, because some games on PC look fucking great and on HDR and others not so much. The calibration is just really inconsistent.
Now this I don't really understand. I know that currently my PC has AI that does frame rate, right? But I don't know if I have anything like this. AI generated details?
Yes, you do, Phil. It's called DLSS. Every RTX card has it. You have DLSS. You're using DLSS right now.
And if AI is generating the details, does that even matter? Because that's great and all, but doesn't it still be able to, it has to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like the processor, the RAM still has to be able to...
He doesn't understand that AI upscaling actually saves resources. It doesn't add resources. It renders something at a lower resolution than the target, and then it makes a best guess on what that thing it's rendering would look at the higher resolution and then feeds it to you. And actually, DLSS has gotten great over the years. It's gotten really good to the point where, like, when Cyberpunk 2077 first launched, DLSS saved my whole experience playing Cyberpunk 2077 at launch. Without DLSS on, that game was unfucking playable. But I turned DLSS on and I would get like almost 60 frames. So DLSS has been probably the biggest difference maker and the biggest game changer in PC for the past few years.
To handle that amount of detail. I'm confused about this
Yeah,
one.
Doom Eternal. Yeah, anything on id Tech like Doom uses DLSS incredibly well. Like you can get things looking really sharp at 4K without using a ton of power.
It is the same thing as the DLSS that I have. It's exactly the same, but it's on console. Oh, so I have it. So
the chat explained it to him. Like, yeah, you're already doing this shit, Phil. And it actually makes things more efficient, not less efficient.
Experienced this already, is what you're saying. Okay. Yes, I'm being told the DLSS is the NVIDIA AI upscaler. That's what I use on my PC. So they're going to have their own. They're going to call PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. All right, so that
I'm surprised Phil didn't point this out, which I find a little funny. PSSR, everyone's just going to call it Pisser. Like, oh, did you turn Pisser on to play that game? What's Pisser look like? It's a really bad name, unless they were going for the meme. I don't know.
That's what it is, right?
Mark Cerny does what he does.
Sorry, I'm decompressing my back. PS5 Pro provides gamers with amazing graphics at high frame rates. You could hear Mark Cerny, lead architect for PS5 Pro, discuss the key innovations in the following video presentation. So this is 9 minutes long, but I don't know if you guys want me to watch it because it could take a while to get through. I feel like we kind of touched upon the stuff here. So other enhancements include PS5
you know
Pro
what?
Game Boost.
Here's the when he's done, I want to watch Mark Cerny talk about the PS5 Pro. I'm gonna look that up, and then we're gonna watch the Mark Cerny thing, if that's okay with you guys. I think. Listen, I think it is only fair for Mark Cerny, lead designer of the PS5 Pro, to say his piece instead of having Phil slander his work. So we're gonna fucking watch Mark Cerny talk about the PS5.
More than 8,500 backward-compatible PS4 games playable on PS5 Pro. This feature may stabilize or improve the performance of the supported PS4 and PS5 games. Enhanced image quality for PS4 games is also available to improve the resolution on select PS4 games. PS5 Pro will also launch with the latest wireless technology, Wi-Fi 7, in territories supporting the standard. VRR and 8K gaming are also supported. So basically, they're doing what Xbox has already done the last two console gens. They're taking their older library of games and they're making it so that if you play it on the current gen console, it'll run better, right? Like they did this with the Xbox One. Now they're doing it with Xbox Series X. If you play Xbox One or Xbox 360 games, they run and look better on the Series X or S, right?
Yeah, Timothy Grimley, this is like your granddad explaining particle physics. Yeah, it's explaining particle physics and like post processing. It's like if I asked my stepdad to explain ray tracing, I wonder what he would say. I should ask my stepdad to explain ray tracing and record it next time I see him. That'd be funny.
So there isn't copying Microsoft, but it is a cool feature, I feel. It's humbling to see how many game creators have embraced the latest technology for PS5 Pro. Several games will be patched.
Yeah, Xbox didn't invent backwards compatibility. Really, the first system to actually do it right was the PS2. And if anybody knows the history and the lore of the PS2, like the PS2 backwards compatibility to PS1 was kind of like a happy accident. They used the PS1 chipset, like the exact chipset, as some kind of low-level I/O device on a PS2, and it just happened to work. Like, the engineers of the PS2 figured out that, like, hey, we have this chip on the board already. We can actually bypass the PS2 hardware when you put in a PS1 disc, and then the PS1 games just run, which is really fucking cool.
For free software updates. So let's see. The games you can look forward to: Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon's Souls, Dragon's Dogma 2.
Demon's Souls?
I mean, Dragon's Dogma 2 runs like shit. It runs like complete shit. So if it runs like a normal game, maybe it would be a better experience, but it runs horribly right now, currently on the current gen stuff.
Yes. If Dragon's Dogma 2 runs poorly on current consoles, wouldn't that be a case for a pro upgrade, not against it? Hello?
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I distinctly remember, okay, had blurriness. When you were doing the combat, if you wanted to maintain high frame rate, it would get very blurry.
Yeah, an above average Best Buy receipt. Great name, by the way. I agree. Him trying to explain things, because this is him trying to sound smart. he thinks he sounds smart right now, and he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. He is talking so far out of his ass right now.
Choppy during the combat because the resolution would be changing on the fly. So maybe that would fix that, and it would actually be crisp and clear now. Gran Turismo 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, True Motorfest, The First Descendant, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Atari 7800 was backwards compatible with the earlier models, like the 2600, because I think I had cousins that had a 7800 and they would play all kinds of Atari games on that thing. That's a good point.
More. I mean, some of those games don't need it at all, like Marvel Spider-Man 2, Horizon Forbidden West. Those games are perfectly fine as is. I don't really know what the enhancements would do, but I would definitely say out of that list, I would say Dragon's Dogma 2 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth could definitely benefit, okay? We kept the look of the PS5 Pro consistent with the overall PS5 family of products. You notice the height is the same height as the original PS5. The width is the same size as the current PS5 model, which is the Slim, to accommodate higher performance specs. Players can add an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive or swap out console covers when they become available. This is what it looks like. And they're showing you can break out the side panel and you can add the optional disc drive.
Okay, so it's basically a transformer. It's basically you break out this side panel and then it becomes the same width the same vertical width as the PS5. That's interesting. This is very interesting design to me. I am very curious about this disk drive. I mentioned it in the Discord earlier. What I might try to do is, because I like to try and do shit like this with weird hardware. I might try and find one of these disk drives out in the wild and see if I can hook it up to a PC. I think it'd be really fun to try and hook this PS5 disk drive up to a PC and see what happens.
Drive to it if you want a disk drive, but it's an additional cost, correct?
And I think the Blu-ray drive is $79, which like $79 for a Blu-ray drive, that's not bad actually. Although I guess you could get a Blu-ray, you could get a UHD Blu-ray burner for PC for probably the same amount of money, but I think it'd be a fun experiment to try and hook that thing into a PC. I don't know. We'll see.
So this is the current, and that's the new? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah,
They're
it
doing
is probably
side-by-side
SATA,
comparison,
isn't
I
it?
guess?
Yeah, it's probably going to be SATA.
No, what is this?
Or like some small
This
SATA
is the
standard.
Pro. What is this? Is this the current Slim? Maybe this is the current Slim. Because I don't have the Slim. I don't have that line on the side of mine. Okay. All right.
I like it.
PS5 Pro fits perfectly within the PS5 family of products and accessories available. All right, here we go. You ready? So here it comes, everyone. The PS5 Pro console will be available this holiday at a manufacturer's. It's November 7th, by the way. It's coming up. At a suggested retail price of $699.99 USD, $699.99 GBP, which I don't. That's pounds, right? 799.99 euros, and 119,980 rubles. No, excuse me, Japanese yen.
So $700 for this sounds about right. Like realistically, if you're gonna put out a console these days, you're gonna charge $600 for it American, or you're gonna charge $700 for it, right? It's gonna be one of those two price points. For $700, you might be better off rolling the dice and seeing what you can get as far as PC hardware. However, there are people who would rather just get a console, just get a beefy console, than a PC. I think a lot of us terminally online gamer folk forget that the majority of people do not play games on PC. So if someone has, let's say, some disposable income to throw around and they want something to play, say, GTA 6 on, I think a lot of people are going to pay $700 to play GTA 6 on the new console. I think GTA 6 is the thing that's going to sell the PS5 Pro. And I think it's going to almost single-handedly be GTA 6. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not waiting 18 months to play that shit on PC. I'm going to buy it on my base PS5, play it there, and then I'm going to probably get it on PC when it comes on PC, because that's exactly what I did for 5. Because it's going to take 18 months to 2 years for that shit to hit PC anyway. But I think a lot of people are going to buy this. And there are still a significant chunk of people who have wanted a PS5 that don't have a PS5, so I think they will purchase this.
Includes tax? Wait, what? No, it doesn't. What are they talking about? This is incorrect. This is...
Yeah, it does. Includes tax. MSRP... so they're saying the target MSRP includes tax. Okay, like what's weird about that?
It's supposed to say excludes tax. They have a typo on the blog. That doesn't include tax.
Oh, Atlas, you're a patient boy, Atlas. Let me tell you, I want to. There's something about a new Rockstar game, because we only get a new Rockstar game every 6 to 9 years. When a new Rockstar game comes out, I want to be playing that shit and talking about it while other people are playing it. So you better goddamn know I'm going to be playing it on my PS5 when that shit comes out. I don't care.
That's wrong. So they got to fix that. That's a huge typo.
Why wouldn't it include tax though? Like you can just mandate per your MSRP that it's going to cost $699.99 within your state tax bracket. Like products do that. Like as the product manufacturer, you can set that price point. You can say, we suggest this price, including state tax. Like, it's not unheard of.
Oh, right there. People are going to think, oh, that price tag includes tax. Like, for example, in Washington
It's like
State,
how gasoline prices for you U.S. style people. When you drive by the gas stations and you see the prices posted for each grade of fuel on the side, on the signs, that includes tax. Like, there's a way to do it within retail to include tax.
Tax is like 10%. So actually, if I wanted to buy it, it would be like $770 or $780. Okay.
Timothy, what if I said I agree with you? Listen, I'm going to say this right now. Timothy, Taken L's completely endorses the idea that GTA 5 is not a good story. Like, it's not. It's a fun game to play, but the story is shit, and the only good main character in that story is Franklin, and they don't do nearly enough with him. I fucking hate Michael, can't stand him, terrible human being, and Trevor's a psychopath that I can't relate to. So I 100% agree. GTA 5, not a good story. Fuck the story of GTA 5.
It will include a 2 terabyte SSD.
Yes. So Len, Trevor is entertaining. Hell yeah. Trevor is incredibly entertaining, but like as a story, I don't like GTA 5. I find 2 out of the 3 main characters too unlikable to get behind. I wanted both Michael and Trevor to die at the end, by the way.
That's okay. Like that's what my
Hell yeah, Atlas. Hell yeah.
PC had it start, but I've already gotten an expansion to more than double.
Yes, and to follow up, Nico Bellic is the best main character in all GTA 5 in all GTA history. Like Nico is the best main character. He is a flawed human being trying to be better, but he constantly gets pulled back into a life of crime that he's tried to get out of for years and years and years. It's a very well told story. And even though the characters themselves are very over the top, Nico Bellic is an incredible main character and probably the best.
That a DualSense wireless controller and a copy of Astro's Playroom pre-installed. Wait, well, hold on a second. Astro's Playroom? You mean they're not going to include the real game Astrobot? They're going to give you the mini game?
No, Astro's Playroom is on every PlayStation. Like that's the gimmick. It's like how Hexic HD was on every Xbox 360. Astro's Playroom is the Hexic HD for the PS5. Like, what's he talking about?
That's from the launch of PS5 instead. That's incredibly lame, right? How lame
Bro, they're already charging $700 for the console. Don't push it, man.
is that? They're not gonna freaking give you the real game. They're gonna give you the taste of the game that's like 4 hours long. That's a ripoff. I mean, they should give you Astrobot for free. For that price tag, you should be getting a real game for free. That's bullshit, in my opinion.
What if I told you Astrobot is not a real game? What if I told you Astrobot is just like a minigame collection for kids? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with minigame collection and like platforming for kids, but calling Astrobot a real game is a little bit of a stretch, in my opinion. Yeah, DSP's Patreon is a ripoff. Give us a real Project 7. How about that, DSP?
PS5 Pro is available at a discless cost.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, Chody Taint. Thank you for bringing that up. They are absolutely taking a loss at $700 at a $700 price point. That's probably close to $1,000 worth of hardware in there. Not to mention the licensing they need to pay to AMD or whoever is manufacturing the chipset. They are taking. It's a they are taking at least a $100 to $200 loss on every console. I did not play Astrobot, but I watched DSP play it. Should I play Astrobot? I think is the question. Am I being unfair? Am I being unfair to Astrobot? If I am, tell me. I'm perfectly fine with you guys saying you're being a snob and you're being completely unfair to Astrobot because people are having fun with it. I talked to a friend of mine who's a PS5 guy and he loves Astrobot. So maybe I should try it. Maybe I should put my money where my mouth is and go boot it up. Maybe after this stream I will.
Currently available disc drive for PS5 separately. How much is the disc drive? $100? I think it was $80, right?
To be clear, Woodnox, my understanding is that the only console maker that doesn't sell hardware at a loss is Nintendo. And that's why Nintendo is winning. Because they know how to make the games people like, and they don't have to make many of those games, and they're selling consoles in the positive, which is incredibly rare.
Is it $79.99, the disc drive? I'm being told this price here, the Japanese price, does include sales tax and the others don't.
Oh, okay. So the 119,980 yen includes tax. That could be Japanese law.
So this is misleading. When you say includes tax, it sounds like you're saying all of these include tax. They need to break that out and make this separate a statement, or else it's completely misleading. That's false advertising right there. Anyway, so you have to buy the.
That's right. That's right. They stay in their lane. They pave for themselves. That's right. They do.
Disc drive separately, and how much is it? Like $80 or something like that, right? Okay.
Yeah, dude. So Chudgu, 2+ consoles per customer is about right. Like we've had 3 Nintendo Switches in this house. I bought myself and my girlfriend Switches. I bought myself a Switch. I bought her a Switch Lite because she didn't want to dock it to a TV. Then she's like, well, I want to play Switch, but I want to have the option to dock it to a TV. So I bought her a OG Switch. So this house alone has bought 3 Switches. So I personally find that metric to be true.
Only the US doesn't include the tax. Oh. PS5 Pro will launch November 7th. It will be available at participating retailers and directly from PlayStation at direct.playstation.com. Pre-orders begin on September 26th. And then here's their PR babble that you don't need to read because it came out of someone's butthole. Okay? All right, well.
Wait, hold on. What is that PR? Okay. Our PS5 journey would not be possible without the millions of players that have supported us through the years, that have shared with us their love of gaming, whichever console option players choose, whether it's the PS5 or the PS5 Pro. We wish to bring everyone the very best gaming experience that fits their needs. That's actually a good statement. He should read that statement. That's actually, and he did say PR bauble, by the way. Good point, T-Link Soldier. He did say PR bauble. Another example of DSP not being able to speak.
PR bobble that you don't need to read because it came out of someone's butthole. Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, what do you want them to say? Send me money. I feel like DSP is just giving them a hard time for not being very transparent, because when DSP wants people to buy into his gimmicks, he literally says, I need your buy-in. What would he rather that thing say? Mark Cerny gets on there and says, listen, I built a new PS5. I need your buy-in. Would he rather that? Or would he rather people like friendly it up and flower it up? Come on, dude.
They're trying to play catch up with PC, okay? But I'm gonna say exactly the same thing. All right, that I said.
Yes, Sony in the next event, fill the king's coffers. Also, mark my fucking words, Phil will want one of these, and Phil will get one of these. Guaranteed. He's acting like he doesn't need one because he's on PC. He in fact does need one, by the way, because there are going to be certain games coming out in the next 2 to 3 years where he will need a PlayStation to play it, and it is actually in his best interest as a professional content creator, and I use that term with the biggest air quotes possible. Here, I'm going to do it. A professional content creator. He actually should get one of these. This would actually be a good investment for his business. Like, no lie, I'm not being facetious. This actually would be a good thing for him to buy, and he's crapping on it. I don't know why. Like, if he was smart, he would actually be hyping this up and be like, well, guys, I can't wait to get a PS5 Pro. I can't wait to see what we can do on the PS5. But because he's a glass half empty kind of guy and everything sucks to him, he would rather crap on it instead of getting people excited about something. God forbid he tries to get people excited about anything coming out ever.
When this was announced months ago as a rumor. Okay?
But it wasn't announced as a rumor. Jeff Grubb found information that pointed to a credible source that was talking about a PS5 Pro. This is the announcement. It's not announced as a rumor. Grubb had a source that gave him info. That's not an announcement.
Console, just because you're going to have better hardware does not mean that you're going.
That's right, Atlas. Marketing 101, dude. If something can serve you and your business, talk positively about it. That is like basic marketing spin, because it would undoubtedly positively impact his business if he had one of these. But he is self-sabotaging by talking shit about something that is 2 months away. Pre-orders are going to open on this in 2 weeks. If he hypes this thing up, a dent could pre-order one for him. I'm not gonna lie, I might put my hat in for the pre-orders just to see if I can get one. I think this would be pretty cool. I think this would be pretty cool to have, because I would like to stream console games. There are certain PlayStation games I would like to stream.
Going to get better performance out of new release games at all. This is reliant on the game developer.
No, he's wrong. Well, he's half wrong. He's saying that across the board, day one games are not going to have better performance. I think they will. I think for the next year to 18 months, I think new release games will have very good performance on the PS5 Pro. But I think in another 18 months, we're going to be back where we were, where games are going to be struggling and you're going to have to choose between performance and fidelity settings. But that's life on consoles, dude. Like, think about this. He's playing on PC. 2 years from now, he's going to have to start turning shit down on his PC. Like, his PC is not going to last forever. He's got a year and a half to 2 years of running games at high resolution on this new PC until he has to consider making upgrades. And let me tell you, the case he has is shit. So a GPU upgrade, which is probably going to be like the first thing he would need to upgrade, GPU upgrade in that case is going to be a fucking nightmare. And a new GPU usually needs a new power supply. So I am waiting for the tech stream, baby.
Implementing the hardware. Because to be quite frank, the hardware of the PS5 is great. I have played games on PS5 that run silky smooth 60 frames, great graphical quality, tons of detail. And then there's other games that can't even hang and they run at a chugging 30 frames per second and look like shit. It's the same hardware. So you can't blame the console. You got to blame the game devs. You understand? In this case, just because they put even better hardware in there doesn't mean it's going to live up to the expectations of what people want.
He's missing the point, though. The point is the average person playing on PS5 doesn't really care about frame rate. I also want to drop something on you, chat, for a minute. The average person playing games doesn't really care about frame rate. Like, they don't care about frame rate or resolution. Like, if you talk to someone that's not like us, if you talk to someone that's not terminally online, who will play games every once in a while, they just like a game that's shiny. Like, I'll never forget. I've said this on. I've said that. Yes, Atlas says peasants, but true. Yeah, the best example I have of this is playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet last year. My girlfriend thought the graphics on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet last year were quote unquote amazing. Like, oh, these graphics are amazing. This looks really fun. It's got a fun art style, cool look to it. The average normie doesn't give a shit about resolution or frame rate. They care more about the art than the like technical numbers. You know what I mean? If you can make something that looks cool and has a cohesive art style that people vibe with, that's all they care about. So like if my lady says Pokemon Scarlet looks good, that's kind of the normie perspective. Most people are not going to care. And a lot of people would love to buy a $700 console. A lot of people.
Out of it, or that game devs are going to actually take advantage of this. In fact, my question is, how many game devs are going to be like, well, now we want to have a special development team and mode just for PS5 Pro, right? I would argue for the Sony specific games, sure. In fact, the games they literally listed here, okay? Demon Souls, where's it? Gran Turismo 7, right? Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Last of Us Part 2 are all Sony-specific titles. Those make sense. There's a few third-party titles that said they're going to work on it. But my question is, moving forward, are these companies going to care? Right? Are they going to put all the time and extra effort in to get this implemented?
I mean, they're going to develop to the highest spec possible. Like, they're probably going to still develop to 4K 30 with ray tracing. That's probably what it's going to be. Because what you do when you're developing is you develop to the highest spec possible and then you optimize from there. Oh, you're going off to continue your learning? Cool. Have a fun time, Visible Dimwit. Don't study too hard, man. But yeah, they're going to develop to the highest spec possible and then optimize from there. That's how it always is. That's why for PC gamers, up until a few years ago, or even up to now, Crysis was always the test of like, do you really have a good PC? Do you really have a good PC? You should try running Crysis on it. Because Crysis developed to the highest spec possible back when Crysis came out, even though nobody fucking had that shit. You know? And then you optimize from there. You optimize down as needed. Essentially is what you do. Because really what sells games to the average consumer is not a steady frame rate. It's not a higher resolution necessarily. Does it pop? Does it have a good look? That's what sells games. You can market 60 frames per second 4K to a certain audience, but it's a very small audience, relatively speaking.
Or not. Or they're just going to say, meh, it's there, but we don't really care, right? Especially these companies who are making their games cross-platform from the get-go. Are they going to really give a shit? You know, again, the PS5...
Native Mamba, I actually think there's a strong probability someone will donate to him a PS5 Pro. I'm gonna you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna put my hat my name in the hat for a pre-order. See if I can get one. If I can get one, I think it'd be a cool thing to have. And like, I can afford it. I have the money, so I might as well. And I like playing games on PS5, even though I stream on PC. I like having PS5s. And moving into a new office space, it'd be cool to have multiple PS5s. So that my girlfriend can do her thing in the living room on the PS5, and then I can have the option to stream games in the streaming room, you know? So yeah, I might try and get one.
5 claimed everything was going to be 4K 60 frames. There's literally nothing on PS5 that's 4K 60 frames. Like nothing. Okay, it's
false. I played Marvel Spider-Man 2 in 4K 60 frames. I played Ratchet and Clank in 4K 60 frames. I played Death Stranding in 4K 60 frames. Shit runs at 4K 60 frames. Also, he's acting like he's counting frames.
lie. They outright lie.
This dude says he looks like someone's weird uncle in a sauna. You know, with the V-neck collar going down, his chest hair poking out. Ugh, he's looking a little sus. He's looking a little sus.
Lied at the launch of the console, saying you're going to get performance that
he looks like he just got off a shuffleboard, like he just got done playing shuffleboard at the resort, and he's going to go inside for some refreshments. You know, that's he actually looks like a aging tourist. Aging tourist is what this look gives completely.
Really, no games gave you whatsoever. You can either play 1080p 60 frames in some cases, others it's only 30, or you can play 4K 30 frames. And then the box, people were even saying in the chat, the box of PS5, base PS5 says 8K and nothing renders at 8K on it whatsoever.
False. That is false. You can watch 8K videos on the PS5. There are streaming services that do allow 8K videos. There are 8K Blu-rays. There are technically 8K Blu-rays out. They're rare. I think Discovery put out a bunch of Discovery Channel, I mean. I think Discovery put out a bunch of 8K like nature documentaries. You can watch shit in in 8K on the PS5. You can. I'm pretty sure I have a run of either Blue Planet or Planet Earth that are in 8K. And Chad St. John says there are 8K YouTube videos. Yes. And there are 8K televisions. Like 8K televisions are out there. You can get 8K televisions right now. It's prohibitively expensive, but they're out there.
However, it's a complete lie. So
yes, there are. Yes, Game Master, there are 8K Blu-rays. They exist. I have some Discovery Channel series that is supposedly 8K.
Do you have any confidence that this console will be fully utilized? Okay, for the price $699 plus tax, depending on where you live. Oh, by the way, if you want a disc-based console, you got to spend about another $100 to get the add-on drive. Oh, by the way,
dude who regularly pulls over $100 of Hogan's on stream is complaining about a $79 disc drive. Let that sink in. He's complaining about a $79 disc drive when he pulls hundreds of dollars of sweaty men on stream. Make it make sense, man.
Hey, if you wanted to stand vertically, it doesn't come with the stand. Oh, by the way.
Also, counterpoint to it not coming with the stand. If you do get a PS5 Pro, it's the same dimensions as the OG PS5 Slim. So if you have a PS5 or PS5 Slim, I'm betting that stand will work.
Unlike Xbox, they still don't have a Game Pass-like system. So if you were to say, if today's announcement...
Also, I'm just going to say this. Fuck Game Pass, by the way. Fuck Game Pass. Fuck gaming subscription services. They're a racket. I am upset with gaming subscription services ever since Game Pass... ever since the Activision Blizzard acquisition for Microsoft, and they announced, oh, we're releasing Call of Duty on Game Pass day and date, but also we're raising every tier. Like, fuck that. Don't pay for Game Pass. Cancel your subs. It sucks. I don't know why Phil is so happy and has a hard-on for fucking game subs. Like, He's a mark who bought Ubisoft Plus to play Star Wars Outlaw. Just buy your games. Just buy your games, man. Yes, you will own nothing and eat the bugs. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I'm gonna confess. I was okay with Game Pass. I was completely okay with Game Pass until two things happened. I was completely okay with Game Pass until, like I said, Microsoft announced that Call of Duty was going to be day and date Game Pass. I was pumped for that, but then a couple of days later, they raised every tier, and I was like, "No, fuck that. That is anti-consumer. I'm canceling my Game Pass sub immediately," and I canceled it. And you know what? I've been buying all of my games, since then, and it feels good. It feels good to like buy your games to the extent that you can buy games, And they do have PS Premium, which is Game Pass like. True. And actually, I would argue that I would argue that PS Premium actually offers a little bit more of like a unique thing than Game Pass does, because you can play really old games on PS Premium. Like PS Premium gives you a huge library of PS1, 2, and now 3 games you can play.
Was this PS5 Pro for $699, crazy price tag for a console, right? But we're also launching
I know, Atlas, we had that convo. I remember months ago telling you, yeah, Game Pass is cool. Get Game Pass. And now my entire outlook on Game Pass has changed. I feel like I majorly lied to you back then, because I was like, yeah, Game Pass is hype. We can play Call of Duty together. But Atlas, by the way, I probably am still gonna buy Black Ops, so we should still play Black Ops together, by the way. Like, I still want to play Black Ops with you when the real game comes out, by the way.
Own service that's basically Sony Game Pass, where you're gonna get all these first-party Sony titles.
I just this is me like getting slightly political. I just hate that we're creeping towards a lifestyle where everything is going to be a subscription. Like, it's bad enough that Amazon tries to get us to subscribe to fucking toilet paper. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want everything to be a subscription. Like, at some point, I just want to be able to go out to a store, get the thing, and go home. Like, Microsoft would happily charge you a subscription process to turn on their console if they could. Or better yet, turn on your Windows PC if you could. There's talk of the next version of Windows being subscription-based, and you know what? If the next version of Windows is subscription-based, I am going to Linux. That's because an OS should not be a paid sub.
$1 a month, ongoing subscription fee. You don't ever have to buy a game ever again. Just get the pass and get the console, and you're good to go. I'd be like,
think about what he's saying. You don't ever have to buy a game ever again. I don't want to live in a world where we're not buying games. I don't ever want to live in a world where it's like, oh, you're on a Windows login screen and it asks for your credit card number. You cannot use a current version of Microsoft Word without giving them money. You can, by the way, do not ever use Microsoft Word. I use fucking OpenOffice Apache, baby. Use OpenOffice. It saves Microsoft Office docs formats. It opens up .doc formats. It's great. Use OpenOffice. It's open source. It's fantastic. Do not ever pay for a Microsoft sub. If you're in a situation where your work or your corpos are paying for Microsoft for you and like you're stuck on Teams or whatever, that's another thing.
Like, sold. You just put the butts in the seats. That's all people.
Snood, you joke, but Microsoft actually has a loyalty program where if you watch ads for a few hours, I think it's like something through Bing, where if you watched ads for a few hours, you could get a Game Pass sub. I had a friend that did that. I had a friend that watched a sufficient number of ads on one of Microsoft's services, and they gave him a Game Pass sub. Like, you joke, but that dystopia already exists. It already exists.
People want. but you're now asking people who already have.
It's like how the Russian government will allow people to pay their train fare by doing jumping jacks in front of a machine. Have you seen that? I actually think to go the other way on it. I actually think that that's fucking cool. Giving people the option to pay for their train fare via exercise is actually a very good fitness incentive.
PlayStation 5s, because they are the leader in the console business right now, besides Switch, which isn't really the direct apples to oranges comparison. You know what I'm saying? It's basically they're leading. They've destroyed Xbox this console gen. So everyone who wants a PS5 has one, right? You're expecting people who already dropped that money on the PS5 to now drop $700. Plus
dude, I ride trains fairly frequently. If they gave me the option to exercise for my train ticket, I would do it. I would exercise for my train fare, and I'd be more fit as a result. It's good. It's a giving people the option to exercise for their train fare is a net positive.
Tax plus more money if they want a disk drive, plus more money if they want to stand, to now spend $70 plus tax for each game coming out after the fact. Oh, and you better hope the game devs implemented all the stuff we just mentioned.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Snood, we are having one of those moments, and mark my words, 2 months from now, when this thing comes out, he will have one. He will have one.
They might not, and it might still run like shit. Somehow here, Sony lost the script. They did. They've lost.
So now, if you break it down, his thoughts on the devs is that all of the big three, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, have lost their way. Sony for putting out an overpriced console that doesn't do anything, Microsoft for not putting out enough consoles, and Nintendo for selling a console to you over and over and over again after years still being profitable. So this is a case of DSP not liking anyone. Not liking anyone. And when he plays on PC, he always says PC gaming is too complicated. I'm going to quote one of my favorite TV shows, one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, Deputy U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens. You guys might know this line. If you run into an asshole in the morning, you might have just run into an asshole. If you run into an asshole in the morning and then you run into an asshole at lunchtime, you might have run into two assholes. But if you also run into an asshole at dinner time, you are the asshole. So I think Phil is just the asshole because he doesn't like anything. He doesn't like anything. There is no pleasing him.
Lost the script. And I think it's because now they've been in the lead for two
I bet you could
gens.
get a PS5 Pro
like
for cheaper. At least a little cheaper.
So they think they could just like mess around and do
Black
dumb
Friday
stuff,
sale.
and no one's really going to hold them accountable.
Yeah, dude. Everybody should leave this stream right now and watch Justified. I would recommend season 2. Season 2 of Justified is where it peaked. Holy shit, man. Justified is incredible. Go watch it. I could talk about Justified for a 5-hour stream. Oh my god. I love that show.
I saw monstrous amounts of
only Phil can please Phil. Is that why I see like the fake self dick sucking pictures going around sometimes of Phil sucking Phil off? Is that why I'm missing the meme, Atlas? Probably.
Negativity on social media this morning about this announcement.
Okay, yeah. Lord DS Parody clarifies the line. If you run into an asshole in the evening, you're the asshole. That or you ran into your wife 3 times that day. Man, be nice to your wife.
People were like, "Oh, it sounds good," and then when they said $6.99, people were like, "Are you crazy?" $6.99 in a world market where... Yeah,
Timothy, what Phil's missing is that like retailers are going to do their own bundles. Like, GameStop is going to bundle games in because GameStop still exists still technically exists. They're slowly shutting down, but there is a GameStop store by me that still technically exists. But Phil's gonna have one. He's gonna have one.
Everyone is now suffering from mass inflation. Prices are way up on everything.
I am a weirdo. I'm a big weirdo, Atlas. Where have you been? I'm a weird guy.
Worldwide, and all you're selling us
if I was normal, I wouldn't do this.
Possibly a little bit more detail, possibly a little bit better lighting, maybe a little bit faster loading, and maybe we'll get 60 frames at 4K, which most people are not using.
It's a lot of
Most people are
maybes.
still doing 1080p. They don't even know what resolution they're playing.
That's wrong. The majority of people are playing at least 1440p. Like 4K adoption is huge now. Like I would say most people have 4K TVs. Pre-COVID, I would not have said that. Definitely pre-COVID, most people were still rocking 1080p sets. But now, since people were stuck at home and they invested in better TVs, people have 4K TVs. But it is time to send you all over to Len the Deranged. I made a deal with Len that I would be sending all of you guys over. Len is up. So I'm actually going to clock out of this because my lady's coming home from work anytime now. But big ups everybody, and big ups Atlas for the clips, by the way. I think we used all Atlas clips today. But big ups Atlas for all the clips. I'm going to send you all out with a Misery Merchant song. I am going to get back on the Deus Ex This Is How You Don't Play recordings this coming Sunday, and the middle of the coming week, I will be releasing bits for members as I work on them. So if you want to see early bits of that This Is How You Don't Play, consider becoming a member. I'm going to be dropping those as member exclusives. And I also do want to go over my recording setup for how I can record and stream at the same time without fucking up any of the audio tracks. So keep an eye out for that, but I'm going to send you guys over to Len now. So listen to this Misery Merchant song, and I'll see you guys later. Bye now.
My stupid ass, dumb fuck, life-wasting, loser, mouth-drooling, brainless, dickless, ballless, soulless, mindless idiots of trolls have decided to stalk me every time that I play Street Fighter 6. I just want you to think about this. There's a detractor meme about steaks. They're using